to the group page, and then we will get kicked off here. Just for the people that are going to censor me and try to shut down the broadcast, there's a couple songs on here. I don't own the rights to it, yada yada yada, so please don't take my show down. 1 second, folks. Alright, so we're up on the group page. Alright, folks, as always, this is Stephen Benoit Jericho, and we are about to kick off episode 9 of the West Coast show. We have a bunch of newcomers here joining us tonight in this show, battling to see who is going to end up getting a number 1 contender shot here pretty soon, probably even at a pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view coming up being Alcatraz. So wouldn't that be a hell of a treat for one of these brand new signees to the HWA, getting a number 1 contender shot at a pay-per-view of all places here. Probably the last one of the 19 season. Now, folks, we skipped a lot of the intro stuff and a lot of the entrances on these superstars to try to get things going. They obviously have their entrances, however, they aren't broadcasting. So, let's get the show rolling. Those of you that are with me live, don't forget I have an open spot that you are welcome to jump in and mic up with me. And to kick things off, I mentioned those rookie matches. We're right out of the gate firing here with no show info for the most part. And we're right into Xander Cool taking on Ray Raiden. This again is one of the new join matches here, where these two are two of the competitors that will be vying for that spot in a number 1 contender match at the Alcatraz pay-per-view. Huge opportunity for these men here. They will be competing in different challenges, not only in-ring challenges, but we are also paying attention to see who is cutting promos, and not only that, putting in the effort to cut good promos. And there may even be some one-on-one promo competitions going on, folks. We all know that the CEO, Lee Jones, is huge on that. Ray Raiden not faring so well. He was supposed to be the odds-on favorite, as Xander Cool says so much for that. Drops an elbow off the top ropes into the sternum of Ray Raiden. He is shaken up. The favorite to win this competition here, Ray Raiden, not faring so well against Xander Cool, but he could turn it around here, and he's got him in a choke, standing on that middle rope, sort of a hangman choke onto Xander Cool. This is a submission style match, folks. Not sure if either one of these two gentlemen are very strong in the submission maneuvers, but it looks like Xander's going for a shot here. He's got him in sort of a modified Boston Crab figure 4 combination. I think it's too early here. Ray Raiden, who has some formal MMA training, knows how to get out of that one pretty easily, especially sort of this early on where he hasn't taken much damage at all. And Raiden looks like he's got a Kimura locked in. He's got him in like a full mount position. That Kimura locked in, and Xander Cool fights out of this one too. Back and forth they go. Xander hits a spear early on. Xander doesn't want this match to go on for very long here. And now he's going for that same modified figure 4 / camel clutch variant. Not sure what Xander calls it, but doesn't appear to be very effective, at least early on here, as Ray Raiden kicks out again. Raiden kind of showing off here. He's all fired up, a bunch of clotheslines, and then a sling blade. Ray Raiden showing why he's the favorite. Raiden in the corner, resting, pointing, stalking. Ray with a huge knee into Xander's face. It looks like it caught him just up under the chin. Maybe all that beard hair helped to kind of soften that blow. A shot to the chin, and now Raiden has sort of a crossface hooked on here. Didn't get a very good grip. That beard really playing a huge part, giving Xander somewhat of an advantage here. And there's the figure 4, still working those legs. You can see this one's locked in pretty deep. Ray Raiden fighting, but he can see he's in pain here. Ray tries to spin it. He gets that bottom rope and uses the rope for leverage to flip it around and break out of it. Good technique there for Raiden, finding that bottom rope, latching around that with his hand and using it to sort of support and get momentum to break out of that one and reverse that leg lock. Raiden setting him up again and flying a second knee. This one, that definitely caught Cool flush in the chin. Raiden now with a little submission locked on. Both men going for the legs and the lower back early on, trying to wear him down. Looks like this figure 4 is going to be a favorite. He's trying to get him to tap out with that move. That's like the second time already. Now Xander's all fired up. He's shoulder block after shoulder block. Ray tosses him out. No, Vander grabs that top rope. He's up on the top now, comes down, crowns the king. He says, Ray, you want to be king of this? Here's your crown, sir. Plants it right on his head. Now Xander with another spear. Another spear here. Xander trying to break Ray in half. Soften up that midsection. Going for that leg lock again. He's got it in. Tweaking on that lower back with his right knee, as you can see there. Driving the knee into that lower back as he yanks those legs back. Still, you can see there, Ray feeling the pain for that one. And Xander's right back. Going for it again. He's got the legs locked in. He seems to be able to lock a submission on Ray at will, basically, over and over again here. Xander Cool right back into it. He's got a single leg crab now. Xander Cool back to back to back submission locks on those legs and lower back, really starting to wear Ray down. Hammering on that lower back, trying to weaken it up as much as he can, and here he is right back into it. There's a pretty good shot. If you look down underneath, you can see that right knee again driving into the lower back of Ray Radin. Xander basically let him out of that one. Maybe sensed that he's not going to quit. High knee and then into a neck breaker. Good fluent move there. Caught with a knee and then into a little neck breaker as Radin was spinning around. Maybe sensing a little frustration there as he's just grabbing Ray by the hair, slamming him down. Not sure who's watching on there, but go ahead and throw a like and a comment. Let me know who you are and that you're there. Click on that like button for us. And if you're just joining our show for the first time, hell, might as well hit that sub button as well. There's a great shot as what I was talking about, Xander's knee into the back. I'm not sure how many more of these submission holds that Ray is going to be able to take. I mean, he is a tough guy. He's been a champion several times in different leagues. But there comes a time when you're just getting your joints manipulated and that lower back tweaked on, that you can only take so much of it. And there's that leg lock, and it looks like he's done. He's tapping. Ray finally tapping out here to Xander Cool. Xander Cool picks up a win. We're right into the second match here right away, skipping these entrances. This one on the bottom right of your screen, Dominic Johnson, and he takes on the big man, Mr. Black. From what I can read here, Mr. Black is some sort of satanic worshiper. I don't exactly, he's, I guess, similar to, if you watch that old show that used to be around back in the day, the WWE, there used to be a wrestler called The Undertaker. He's been, sort of compared to that in his gimmick and some of his styling and his moves. Dominic showing very little, if any, respect to that comparison as he tosses the big man over the top yellow rope down onto the ground. Dominic Johnson showing absolutely no respect or fear towards the size differential here. Now, we've seen Dominic a couple times already, but because he is so new, they had absolutely no problem adding him onto this little tournament, as here he's breaking out, driving the tip of his elbow into the ear of the big man to break free, and he is right back on this big guy, driving his face into that steel barrier now. Dominic Johnson absolutely fearless, and he's got the 7-footer. Look how funny this looks. Dominic Johnson thought he was going to pick this big man up and do something to him. And he gets blasted into that steel step for his effort. Big guy digging for something. Dominic not giving him a chance. There's a high knee. You know you are athletic and you can jump up and knee a 7-foot tall man in the face like Dominic Johnson just did right there, folks. That is some athletic ability. He's got him wrapped up in some sort of pretzel hold. He just locked him up. What an embarrassment. He's got no respect, and he dives doing a lion salt and actually takes out the referee. Still hits the move, but takes out the ref. Now he springs to the top. Dominic off the top with an elbow drop. Johnson now calling for the big guy to get up. Dominic just stomping over and over and over. I think he's up to like 10. Make sure to tune in to UCW for the 5-year anniversary on October 13th. Again, UCW, make sure you tune in and check it out. Now back to our program. Here we are, back to the action after that little commercial break there. As you could see, our friends at UCW having their 5-year anniversary coming up here on October 13th. So fans, make sure you tune in for that. Dominic Johnson now all fired up. He has been basically in control of this one since the bell rang, showing zero signs of slowing down here. Exactly sure what the big guy's problem is here. All I can think of is he had such short notice that he was going to be in this match that he really didn't have time to prepare for someone as quick and athletic as Dominic Johnson here. Johnson not allowing the big guy to get a hold of him to pull off a lot of those power moves. He did catch him with a huge right there a second ago, but Dominic quick to recover, and he's back on the assault again. Dropping the stomps and the elbows to that lower back, and you can see he is feeling it, feeling good, confident. Hits him with a second lion salt. I mean, that's cool. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage to a guy this big, but if anything, it'll help knock some of the wind out of him. Dominic now springs over the rope, and he is gesturing towards the fans. Looks like he's all pumped up, doing some fist bumps. He's calling him over. Big guy obliges. Big guy swings, misses a kick, has a quick jab. Dominic jumps and hits him with a huge DDT. That puts him out. DDT onto the concrete floor. Dominic Johnson wins his match. We kick off here. This one is a battle of the streets. Both of these men coming from little different parts of the world, but both of them grew up rough lives, spending a lot of the time out on the streets, kind of hustling and doing their thing, whatever they had to do to survive in the cities that they're from. Caught a break here at different points in their life, and now they're squaring off here. Both men have very similar styles, both very athletic, edgy. Venom As you can see here, he's got the red and black trunks on. He's the veteran of the not HWA, but veteran of the EFED world. Taking on Petty Baltimore from the streets of Baltimore here, sporting the red, white, and blue all over his body. Be very proud of where he's from. He's got Live Free or Die skull on his back. I'm very familiar with that. Live Free or Die is the slogan of New Hampshire. That is where I am from. Petty Baltimore here now, basically going blow for blow with Venom. A lot of back and forth here. If I had to pick someone to sort of be said to be in control at this point, I'd have to say it's Venom. You can see here with the bald head has been sort of the aggressor in this one, and huge dominator. Venom trying to put Petty away, continuing to sort of run things in this match. Seem to be doing a lot of damage to Petty here. I know he looks like, Venom looks like he's got some pretty strong legs hanging out the bottom of those shorts, so I'm betting those kicks are going to leave some marks on Petty. Petty springs out, going for some sort of weapon underneath. Venom right on top of it, but Petty's got a table. Catches Venom in the head with that table. Looks like he's going for a series of kicks and a knee. Is he going to use that table again? I was thinking at this point he would take Venom and slam him down onto that table, but just as effective as he hits him with a powerbomb and then DDT here. Venom looking a little pissed off. A little pop-up powerbomb on Petty. Catches him with some huge shots. You can see after that left and right combination, Petty sort of dropped down to one knee just like that, and now having his face pummeled off the side of that ring post. You can't tell if it's blood or maybe sweat is causing a little bit of face paint on Petty's forehead. Speaking of Petty's forehead, he comes up. Huge stomp. Venom's going to go for the pin. No! Petty standing back up. Goes for a stunner. No! Petty catches it. Breaks out of that stunner. Venom going to put him away. Seeming like he's still got life here. He clotheslines Venom up and over and down all the way to the ground. And Petty once again reaching under that ring, and he's got a kendo stick. Petty going hardcore here. He's smashed him with a table. Now he's smashed him with a kendo stick. Tosses Venom right into that corner post. launches him through the air. Petty clearly has the advantage in this match now. Wasn't quite so sure in the early goings, but after the shot with the table and the kendo stick, and then throws him like a rag doll off that post, Petty clearly in control. Kick after kick, and then a swinging neck breaker, and Petty Baltimore knocks out Venom. That's it, folks. The 3 matches. And what's this? Here's our general manager, Joe Rivers. That's one of the guys from the attacks. He pushes Rivers. Rivers clotheslines him. Someone page Joe. Let him know that that's one of the guys that have been attacking people backstage. I believe that's the one they called Dallas. Joe Rivers caught one of those 2 escaped convicts that have been attacking people backstage. The general manager, Joe Rivers, as you can see there, had a little altercation with one of them, and it looks like he's got him in custody. We saw Joe hit him with a big clothesline and then was leading him off towards his office. I was just told that he brought him in his office, and now he's got him locked in there, and the police have been called. Police are on their way over here now. Yes, that was the one that they referred to as Dallas. Nice. After that excitement, folks, we have got sort of a match that was specially requested by Rude and York of the Wolfpack here, taking on the Heralds of Valhalla. Now, these 2 teams have never faced each other, I'm told. But again, the smaller team you see here, the Wolfpack, the veterans, are the ones that actually requested this. Why would you request a match with these huge brutes? Heralds of Valhalla, Magnuson brothers. They kind of remind me of the old school Warlord and Barbarian. Just the size and brute strength you see there. Picks up Rude by his face and tosses him. Rude went over to tag York, it looked like, and now York refused the tag from Rude. At least that's what it looked like from my vantage point. Not exactly sure what was going on there, but it seemed Rude was trying to tag, and looks like what's going on now. Here we go. Rude makes the tag. He's got him up. York from the top with a leg drop. It's reports that people can hear Joe Rivers from his office yelling at Dallas, saying that he is done. Dallas is done. This is Joe Rivers' show. York springs off, and York hits the big man with a lion salt here. Trying to wear this guy down, take out the strength of the arms is York now. Very smart, crafty, stomping on the arm, but the big man, turn around, York. He turned around all right, but a little too late. Instead of showboating, you should have been trying to stomp away at this behemoth. Not a very wise choice here. Now what's planned? He guts him up. He's hugging him like a baby, and then he drives him back. Sort of a super modified German suplex and a huge punch to the jaw. He's done. I thought that was it, folks. York somehow kicks out of that one. It doesn't look like the other Magnuson brother is going to even need to come in here. Last ride, powerbomb style, baby. York now being just pounded down by this massive guy here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce either one of these two men's names. Let's see if the Wolfpack fare any better against this brother. He looks a little bit smaller, actually. He's probably only like 6'8". The smaller of the two brothers now. Not really very less scary than the other one, though. If you take a look at him, he may even be more scary. He is just continuously putting the boots to York, basically kicking him around in a circle. Again and again, just taking that giant foot and shoving it through the chest of York. It appears as though he is doing laps over and over and over. It's like he's a video game kid, is some video game nerd is controlling him and just sort of spamming the square button. He's just stomping and booting over and over. York is just reeling here. Is he finally going to put him away? I bet tomorrow York will have boot prints in the chest, possibly broken ribs after he's just been kicked and stomped so many times, and we're going to see it again here. This must be a favorite move of this big guy because we've seen it enough. He had to have hit him 10 times with this same big boot. York trying to fight back. It's probably going to be a little too late here. I think if it's me, if I had this opening that I just got, I'm going to go try to make a tag right now as he tags the undercarriage of this big Viking. Decides not to make a tag. Instead, he shows some pretty explosive maneuvers as he is now on that bottom rope. A 360 from that bottom rope. More than that. I didn't think York would still have it in him. He's just stomping away. Saying, how do you like it, big Viking dude? He's up to like 20 stomps. Says, here, you want to spam the square button, boy, I can too. And he is stomping away. He's almost reached 30. He just stomped on the Viking 30 times, folks, consecutively. And now he is all fired up. I don't know how York has the energy still after all those big boots, but it looks like he's caught a second wind. York out of the blue. I would order a piss test after this one, because there is no way York should have this much energy left in him still. Tosses him out. He knocks both Vikings out. Now, not a very wise choice. He's going into enemy territory. Back on the Viking here. Lifts him up. Tosses him back in the ring. What's he gonna do? He's a little apron boot. I definitely wanted to check York for any enhancement drugs here after that display, sort of as fired up as he got. Now he's up on a torture rack. And that's it, folks. He taps out. York is done. The Heralds of Valhalla win this one. Very good effort, definitely, by the Wolfpack here. Some more big boppers going one-on-one as we have Will King, who is on a tear still lately, taking on the hybrid athlete Machine Bull. He mostly just goes by Bull, but Machine Bull is how he is basically entered in the match card. It's going to take something special here for Bull to take out the Will King, who has just been on an absolute tear through this West roster, trying to stake his claim to get a title shot. Everyone gunning for that #1 spot that Colt Shields has. Speaking of the champion of the West show, Colt Shields, we saw him viciously attacked by Caleb Shaw. Now, as precaution, officials had made it so Colt takes this episode off, but Shaw will compete, putting a match here against Marcus West. Doesn't look like Will King is anywhere near ready to give up the momentum that he's had. And it looks as though he's trying to make Bull just another victim. Bull's only been in, I believe, 1 or 2 matches, maybe here at HWA. Right now, I think he is sitting at, what, 1-0 or 2-0. If you can't see the Twitter feed here that's on the right of our screen, it looks like our general manager, Joe Rivers, has made it official. He says that York has until next Friday to report in for drug testing after that performance that he just displayed against the Heralds of Valhalla here. World Championship Wrestling Syndicate checking in. Appreciate the support. Make sure you hit that like button too. And if you haven't already, go ahead and give us a sub. Will King's got Bull up in the air. Delivers a power bomb. He just picks him up by his waist. Flings him around. This Will King, we know the power this man possesses. He can come out of the blue with different type of power bomb from different positions. Now Bull rising to his feet. We know what's coming here. It's that DDT. Believe he calls it the King's Reign, and he just takes out Bull here with it. And there it is, folks. We see Dallas being escorted away by the police. And Joe Rivers caught Dallas earlier, called the police, and that man, one of the two escaped convicts, is now back in police custody. And for this one, we need them to stick around a little bit longer, as we have Ricky Armstrong in the black trunks taking on Nick Bruiser. And as we all know, we posted to the page, this will be 100% Nick Bruiser's very last match in the HWA. If not, all E-Feds, period. These two men have a long history together. So, you know, Bruiser actually requested to have his final match here versus his longtime friend and, you know, longtime rival as well, Ricky Armstrong. As you can see, Ricky Armstrong, they agreed not to pull any punches here. These two men are legend in the hardcore side of things, so they are not going to pull any punches. I bet they give it their all, leave bleeding and broken, and then still end up grabbing a beer together at the bar. Nick Bruiser steps outside. Now he's digging in the toy box, folks. And what's he got? Bruiser's got something. It appears to be a baseball bat. Bruiser went to swing the bat. Ricky kicked it out of his hand. Hell of a kick by Armstrong. Swinging up and kicking that baseball bat out of the hands of Bruiser. The legs from Ricky Armstrong, I've been told they are compared to being hit with a wooden Louisville Slugger. Nick Bruiser, athletic spinning neck breaker onto Ricky here. Both tough men throughout their careers. I believe they have about 45 years of pro wrestling experience between the two competitors here. Bruiser's got Ricky by his face and slams him down on the concrete. Pardon me, folks. I gotta grab myself a drink. As you heard last broadcast, I was definitely sick. A sick right hand to the side of Ricky's face. That was a hard shot, folks. And speaking of hard shot, Ricky is opened up and bleeding after having his face smashed off those steel steps. He's got him up in a suplex. No, he drives him down on the ground instead. Nick Bruiser trying to go out in style here as he is taking it to Ricky Armstrong in this one. Ricky split open as many matches as Ricky Armstrong has been in, and as many times as he's had his head cut open. I'm surprised he can even bleed anymore. But somehow Nicky Bruiser finds a way to make it so. Nick Bruiser well on his way, it would seem, to winning this one, but we know Ricky Armstrong is no mere man. We've seen this man take punishment time after time after time and still find a way to come back and win. I guess the same can be said for Nick Bruiser. Bruiser continuing to dominate here. If you can imagine what you see him doing here to Ricky, who he considers a friend, what do we think he is capable of doing to men that he hates when he fights? The more athletic Ricky Armstrong now trying to storm back. Bunch of hard shots. He is trying to get some momentum built in his direction, taking things back into the ring where he is definitely more skilled than Bruiser. You know it's coming here. Here's the claps. He swings and claps his foot on the side of Bruiser's skull. Huge kick here. Nick Bruiser rolls out to catch a break for a second. Not much of a break as he's snatched into a hard German as soon as he climbs back in the ring. Ricky fired up now. Off the ropes, a single leg drop kick. A second one. Swings and misses and into a neck breaker. Ricky all fired up, regaining control of this match. Blood dripping from his head and everything. Ricky now, this we didn't see too much of. He's on the top rope. Armstrong looked like he hit him with that Falcon. What a move, and now he's setting up for the kick again. On his feet and caught him. Ricky Armstrong beats Nick Bruiser here in Bruiser's final HWA match. Make sure, folks, you tune in to the page and say your farewells to Nick Bruiser. Thank you for everything you've done. Now here we see the man with the iron fist, the iron head, the iron face, the iron knees, the iron legs, Caleb Shaw, taking on Marcus West, the cocky, mouthy, young up-and-comer here. Made a mistake, and he is open already. I mentioned the iron fists of Caleb Shaw early on in this match. Marcus West gets opened up by those fists, caught him with a right, and just busted him open here. Caleb Shaw sees the blood, and now he's even more deadly, more fired up. What a spinning back fist. Two of them. Marcus looks like he's out. I thought Marcus was out cold right there, but Shaw picks him back up. Look at the face. That's a lot of blood. Ref, get out there. Look at that shot. Look at the blood just pouring down the face, down onto the chest of Marcus West. We could see there in the ring, the ref just touched his belt. He's actually got a little pager there. When you click it, you see him do it again. That signals the medics to get ready just in case he has to put a stop to this one. Caleb Shaw, we've seen this a couple times, has his legs up, dangling on the apron. Adds a little more distance on that spinning neck breaker from the apron, and it looks like Shaw setting him up. Yep, setting him up for a second one. Blood just continuing to pour. It looks like it's coming from the nose of West now. Caleb Shaw taking no prisoners here as you see that right hand that drops West to one knee. Shaw toying with him now, showing off the skill and the power and those bricks that he calls hands. I say bricks, what I mean are cinder blocks the size of this guy's hands. They had to order special gloves just for Shaw because his hands are so big. He couldn't fit into any regular gloves that were made. I honestly don't know how Marcus is able to stand on his own 2 feet at all here. He's definitely got to go in for some... Oh, look at the shot. As if it wasn't bad enough having those bombs from the cinder block fists of Shaw. Now he decides he wants to bounce his face off that post. I think I've seen more people eat that post today than we've seen in basically any other episodes here at HWA. Now look at the face of West. West trying to fight back. Not quite sure how he can even see here. All the blood in his eyes, but West showing some fight. At least trying to. West trying to mount some kind of offense, but not really working. Shaw's got him up. Launches him here. Launches him into that post now. Caleb Shaw, he probably could have put this man away quite a while ago at this point. Shaw is more just trying to make a statement, trying to beat this man unconscious. And again, the mood Caleb's been in, I don't know if he would even stop if he's unconscious. That's why, what's going on here? Colt Shields' music is playing. Is the champion in the building? Colt's music is playing. What's going on? That's not Colt Shields. Who the hell is that? Marcus West must have had a hired gun come in. Turn the tides. I don't know who that man was, but you can see from other Marcus West matches that he's been known to pay a hitman to come in to try to turn the tide on things, and whoever that man was, he had Colt Shields music playing, but that clearly was not Colt Shields. The ref now very concerned with Marcus West. He's checking on him. Caleb Shaw surprisingly backed away to give him a second to check things out. Apparently West is, still okay enough as he chooses to continue on. West has the big man set up. He's set up. Here's West diving over the top. Somehow coming up with enough strength. Folks, we have seen two men tonight come through and actually get better and more spring in their step after being beaten down. We need Joe Rivers to step in here along with the CEO Lee Jones and have some of these men tested for performance enhancements. As we can see Marcus West now, after being beaten and bloodied, he is just storming back with even more vigor than he started with. Not quite sure what he's on, but he is trying to make this a match. Caleb now trying to end this match as he's got him on the apron again, and that neck breaker. Caleb Shaw showing his frustration as he looks like he is about to go for that neck breaker again here. That pulls some definite momentum, dangling off the ring like that. Looks like he's gonna set him up for the trifecta. That's exactly what he's doing here. Trifecta. He's hit him with 3 in a row, trying to put Marcus West out for good. Marcus just will not stay down, folks. Just got a tweet that Joe Rivers, our general manager, will be making an announcement, because he's been keeping an eye on this one too, that he will come up with an announcement and make a list of names of wrestlers that are to report for this drug testing. Apparently he agrees with me, folks, and there's definitely something not natural about the way Marcus West has been keeping the fight going here after Caleb Shaw has just been destroying him. If West does not have some kind of PEDs in his system, then folks, this guy, I'd keep an eye on him, because if he has been surviving this and still fighting back the way that it looks like he is right now, this man could turn into something special. Not many people battle Caleb Shaw and take this amount of punishment and still have anything left in them. We know that Shaw is a strong, strong man. We have seen him over the years put people down with just a series of a few flurries of punches. And this man, Marcus West, is he's just bleeding all over everything. The ground we can see now that we have the custodians out there just off screen in the bottom right corner. They are down there cleaning up the puddles of blood to make it safe for people to walk down there. Caleb Shaw showing frustration as he is just non-consensual sex choking Marcus now. Just the anger coming out, and a spinning back fist. That one caught flush. That one spun West around. West now appears in a daze. I'm not sure he's got any of that fight left in him that we saw just a few moments ago. West being worn down now. Sort of fights free of that one, but he is groggy and in a daze. We got him. We've seen this before. This chokehold, the dragon choke. And yes, he is done. Marcus West taps out to Caleb Shaw. Finally, there is your winner, Caleb Shaw. Marcus West surviving a lot of damage, and Shaw stopping, turning around. He's not done yet, folks. Caleb Shaw back stomping on Marcus West after that match. Get him out of here. Finally, the ref rolls West out of the ring. And what's this? It's Colt! Colt Shields is here! Colt Shields is here, folks, and he is clubbing Caleb Shaw with that kendo stick. Our champion, Colt Shields, showed up. We heard the music hit earlier, and yes, he was here as he rolls in. And he takes out Caleb Shaw, returns the favor. The champion, Colt Shields, is here, folks. Retaliation strike with that kendo stick. We speak of bad men. They don't get much badder than our hardcore champion, the hardcore icon, Blade effing Wyatt. We see the lone wolf there standing in the ring. His title is on the line tonight as he takes on Brandon, the Maniac Coleman. Blade Wyatt, sick and tired of listening to Coleman run his mouth on the group page, puts his title on the line here against him to shut him up. Good look at the champion right here, holding his beloved hardcore title. You can see how much it means to him as he looks down at it, almost talking to it. Holds it up, kind of reluctant almost to hand it to the ref. Shows Brandon Coleman his prize. That's what it's about tonight, folks. The hardcore title on the line. Now, whoever wins this and has the title going in to Alcatraz will take on Ricky Armstrong for the title. Ricky, the #1 contender, so he will have a title shot at Alcatraz regardless of who the champion is after this one. This match not supposed to take place, but our champion Blade Wyatt actually came up with the idea for this match, requested it, offered Brandon this title shot. I think more than anything just to be able to get his hands on him. Brandon showing some huge power here as he had him up in a gorilla press slam. Two tough men. Brandon Coleman, we see the type of damage he can do. He broke my jaw earlier on in the season with one punch. Then we actually saw it again, resulting in the death of one Alex Norton. Hit him with what appeared to be a set of brass knuckles he pulled from his trunks. And that is what actually, in the end, the head trauma from that punch with the brass knuckles is what caused the death of Alex Norton, folks. This man showing no remorse for it whatsoever. A sick, twisted individual this Brandon Coleman is. It looked like Brandon Coleman was in control for a little while there, but now our champion back doing what he does best, and he is slugging it out right now with Coleman. Champion now well in control as he just rolls back in the ring. He waiting for Brandon to stir. He wants to go toe-to-toe with Coleman as he is just waiting for Coleman to get up and get back in the ring here. He wants to do it the right way. Looks like he wants to show Brandon up as he waited and called Coleman back in the ring. Coleman obliges as he is on the attack here. I don't think I have ever seen Blade Wyatt tap out as he breaks out of that one pretty easily. The big man, one of the strongest, toughest men basically in the EFED industry today. Coleman not backing down one bit. I'll give that to him, folks. As much as Coleman runs his mouth, he is very skillful and tough in the ring, and he does not back down from a fight. Looks like our champion prompt for something. He's got him up. He's got Coleman up. drives his head into that ground. It looks like Coleman's out. Blade standing it up, and now he is yanking that arm. He's got him in an arm bar here. He is trying to make Coleman tap, apparently. We know that Blade has some skill when it comes to some submission locks here, and looks like he was trying to show off a little of that and see if he could make Brandon Coleman tap out. Basically say uncle here in this one. Thank you for the drink, Moose. I appreciate it. Again, I'm coming off that cold, so my voice is going in and out here. Gotta keep the adult liquid, the adult beverage flowing through, because there's something about the fizz and the alcohol is, you know, really helping me get through this show and clearing up the old vocal cords for me. Coleman storming back now as he taking it to the champion, bouncing his face off the corner of that apron. Hopefully this one doesn't go much further, folks. We need the champion to put Coleman out of his misery here. Miss Jericho made some homemade egg rolls, and folks, they are starting to not sit very well in my stomach here. I was munching on some as the show started. Then I remembered that she made these things like 4 days ago. Probably not a very smart decision on this old coot's repertoire here. Once again, Blade going for that armbar. Brandon Coleman looking to put Wyatt away. If he hits this, we could end up with a new champion. He's got him up, and he's got him with a modified pile driver here. We've seen Coleman put men away with that. Now Coleman going for that stump puller. No, it looked like he was going to try to submit Blade Wyatt here with zero luck at all. Coleman leg drop after leg drop after leg drop here now. Trying to knock the wind out of the champion, slow him down, and in return get some momentum in his own side, as it looks like he's tossing him back and forth now from turnbuckle to turnbuckle, corner to corner. Coleman looking a little bit winded there, as you see when he was trying to stand up after that one. A little bit shaky on the legs. Because of that, yep, not enough strength there to get that finisher on. As now we got one German suplex into a huge clothesline. Usually when we see that, we know the end is coming near. Blade's got him up. Powerbomb time, baby. Slams him down. Blade Wyatt fired up. He just kicked it into a new gear. And this is it. We know what's coming here. Here it is. He's got him. Tombstone time, baby. And he is done. Our champion retains. Blade Wyatt beats Brandon Coleman. And he retains the hardcore title. And it will still stand as originally planned. Blade Wyatt versus Ricky Armstrong at Alcatraz, folks. Still our hardcore champion, Blade Wyatt. What a match here, folks. Hell of a show. Remember, if you watch this, make sure you click a like, click a sub, maybe even leave a comment as a fan or as a wrestler. But again, thank you for checking in as always. I look forward to seeing your comments. If this one was definitely a shortened episode, I left off a lot of entrances and things like that, so hopefully it didn't hurt the quality too much. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Stephen Benoit Jericho signing out for the Hybrid Wrestling Alliance. Thank you for those that tuned in to watch it live. I know it was showing a little late compared to normal, and it's on a weekend, so you're all probably out doing things that you may end up regretting in the morning. But as you're feeling that regret, make sure you tune in and watch the replay of this episode. Again, click like. If you watch the show, just click like. It only takes a second. Have a good night, folks, and thank you for tuning in. SBJ signing out.